So I'm going to do a quick little breakdown of the play-in tournament that's going to happen today between Los Angeles Lakers and Pelicans and the Golden State Warriors and Sacramento Kings. So I do find it kind of interesting that both the Warriors and the Lakers are in the play-in tournament because, as I showed y'all in another previous video, Charles Barkley basically half-jokingly said that this play-in tournament was invented so that these guys could still make the playoffs. But nonetheless, let's start with the Lakers versus Pelicans. And what's ironic about this matchup is they actually played last Sunday on the 14th, and the Lakers beat them somewhat convincingly, 124-108. They shot 55% from the field in that game. So right off the rip, I was looking at that like, man, Pelicans, you got to play some defense. 55%, that's kind of crazy. What also stood out to me, though, is LeBron James. He had 28 points, 11 rebounds, 17 assists. And I'm looking at the injury report. It says AD is day-to-day or he may not play. I see that LeBron James is probably going to play. So, LeBron's going to have a really, really big game again if, in my opinion, they're going to take this one and secure the 7th seed for themselves. I should also say that in this season series between the Lakers and Pelicans, Lakers have won 3-1. Clearly, they look like they had an advantage in the season, but this is a one-game tournament. You never know what can happen. I want to get to the Pelican side because as I was looking at the box score for the last game against the Lakers, Zion had 12 points. Did have 8 rebounds, 8 assists. That's good, but 12 points, that's not going to cut it. Brandon Ingram only had 13. Your two main guys, they got to show up, right? CJ did his thing, but those two guys need to do a lot more. I also noticed, too, JV only played 7 minutes. I think JV is key for the Pelicans, sort of like an X factor. I don't know if that was because of injuries or matchup issues. Maybe he couldn't guard AD on the perimeter or other players. I don't know. I do think JV needs to get more minutes, though, if I'm the Pelicans. And also, this is a great statement for a team that, because they never had Zion Williams at full health, we never really got to see their full potential. Now it seems that they got all their 3 main guys, Zion, Brandon, and CJ, all back in the lineup. This is their moment, in my opinion, to take out a Los Angeles Lakers team that's a little bit injured and really solidify a new era for themselves. Now let's get to the other game, Warriors versus Kings. Warriors are in the 10th spot, Sacramento's in the 9th. Right away, what I kind of noticed, if I'm focusing on Sacramento, man, they were in the 3rd spot in the Western Conference Finals just last year, and now they slid all the way down to 9. With the Warriors sliding out of the playoffs, I can understand that more because they're an older team. There's already people within the media who believe, look, this team needs to rebuild and, or get some pieces for Steph Curry so that they could be much better. So that's more understandable on their side. Let's get into this, though. So this season, they have a 2-2 record. And in their last game, which was January the 25th, I believe, it went down to the wire. It was 134-133. Both teams shot over 50%. I'm not that surprised, especially with the Warriors at this stage of where their core is. The defense is sliding. So I expect this to be a high-scoring, fast-paced kind of game. And if you go back to that last matchup that I was just mentioning, Jonathan Kuminga scored 31 points. Harrison Barnes scored 39. It looks like there's going to have to be an X factor that shows up. Again, this is just off of the last matchup. However, on the Warriors side, I definitely believe there's going to have to be someone outside of Steph Curry because it's really only been him for the most part carrying the whole load of the offense. Even in their last playoff matchup, which went to 7 games as well, pretty interesting, Steph Curry had 50 points in that game 7. He's going to need help, or maybe he could pull off another heroic kind of moment and save the day again. I want to mention Draymond Green, though, because we obviously know he's not going to provide a whole lot of offense scoring-wise. He could do a lot of playmaking. But his defense is going to be key on Sabonis. I think if he does a good job of locking down Sabonis, that'll also make it much easier for the Warriors to pull something off. If I'm on the Sacramento side, I'm looking at this like this is sweet revenge, man. It's time we knock off this team. We won 7 games last year. We lost. We had some close matchups. It's our time now to get this team out of here. Anyways, thanks for watching. Tell me what y'all think. I got some other videos I'm going to be making in regards to all NBA teams and some of the other awards that are coming up. Stay tuned. Peace.